Shout out to everybody out there on White Street. You already know what it is. Salute to everybody.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We got another scorecard reaction for y'all, and you already know what it is. Let's get it. Alright, look, man. Boogey has recently re-entered the scene with the freestyle on Jimmy's Jump Off. I was going to do that because it was requested recently. However, it seemed a little bit short just for a video in and of itself. I went through my comments and I noticed that his Huntn season freestyle was actually like the most requested one that we had. So here's my plan. We're going to do a full scorecard reaction on his Huntn season freestyle because it's 4 minutes long. And then we're just going to do a bonus video where we're going to cover his Jimmy's Jump Off freestyle. However, we're not going to score it. It's just going to be kind of like a vibe session. Just kind of like salute some dope lyricism while also, you know, acknowledging that my guy's back on the scene and just show some love. So you're going to get a little bit of best of both worlds so you don't have to continuously blow me up and harass me to do both of them. Sound good? Let's jump into it. Do me a favor. Run the gauntlet. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Little bell notification guy. We about to hop into this. See what it's hitting for. The Huntn season is familiar to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is either a Fabulous contest or a Jadakiss contest, right? Wasn't this like a series of events, kind of like the Control verses that went around? I don't remember whose it was originally, but it's definitely like some punchline heavy hitter. So you're going to be competing with some greats if that's what this is. I could also be totally off, and this could be some original content, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to be that. Oh. Until the Lions have their own historians, the history of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. I'm with it. Let's go.
Yeah, rappers had grease in their teeth, it was the season of beef. But the season MC is me, don't need a reason to beast. Give ill guy a reason to get on, reason to feed me some beats. Then I write tenses like mentors, I bleed on the sheets. Here we go again. Crowd reacting and cheering, acting like they actually care. And thinking a few weeks gonna make up for the years that they sat and they stared. And here we go again, it's the annual gathering where everybody acting like Ninja ain't been killing this rap shit for years. You know the skill level ain't exactly been gasping for air. You say he's dead.
Alright, let's take a look at this. First of all, the energy is there. Like, I love the delivery. You guys already know how I feel about the punchline setups. It's a little bit different, though. He's not necessarily just doing setup, punch, setup, punch. He's actually mixing in a few intersecting rhymes in the lines, which it's always refreshing to see. You know what I mean? I'm more, personally, I'm more of a traditional setup punch guy, but it does take a little bit of a notch skill level above that to weave in and out the way that he's doing. He adds in a couple of haymakers with this while he's talking his shit. We're set up. What is his shirt? His shirt looks super dope. Was that like an album cover of his? Let me find out he's an anime guy. We're about to have nothing but Boogey content for a week. Let me know what that shirt is. Hold on, bring it back. Let's go.
Like Ninja ain't been killing this rap shit for years. You know the skill level ain't exactly been gasping for air. You say he's dead like it's facts and you swear. You know it's cap and it's glare, cause trends are the only fashion you wear. You call me underground and tell me to go from the ground to pop. If I want to sound a pop and have these women on my pop, sick will be a reason married women having affairs. Sick in the slave slash sauce with the lavish and flair. I will pop this, pop that, but without the fun and pop wouldn't change shit even if my dad interfered. I had to observe as they praising my lack of concern. The homie Black spat a little fire at the unburnt. It's quite a clever one, but I've been sharpening Excalibur to fight the veterans. My blade is light as feathers, but I strike with the might of a god, smiting the non-righteous, inviting questions about who reigns and who the hell. I frighten weathermen, nights of terror.
That was nice. Got a little wordplay on the rain there. I like that. Overall, this is violence. This is animosity. I like this. I like this a lot. We're in. We're plugged in. Let's go.
Feel the power of the Jinchuriki.
Hold on, bring that back. He fucking is one of these anime guys. Yo, let me find out. He just dropped Jin Cherokees too. If you guys don't know what that is, Jin Cherokee is a ninja who happens to be possessed by a tail beast. Let's fucking go. Alright, I'm in. I'm hyped.
little fire at the unburnt. Was quite a clever one, but I've been sharpening Excalibur to fight the veterans. My blade is light as feathers, but I strike with the might of a god, smiting the non-righteous, inviting questions about who reigns and who the hell. I frighten weathermen, knights of terror when they feel the power of the Jinchuriki. If you mean to beat me, send your king in the ring to meet me. But even rulers never measure up, guys, legends, etc. Skills come in a plethora of fields. Some in my medulla, medulla with my reflex. Reflex is everybody else telling you you are the best. That's the reason I unlook, even when niggas uncouth. I care about the art, not the war. I ain't Sun Tzu, I can easily say
Yo, the Sun Tzu bar was fire, my guy. I like this. I do want to point out something very interesting, though. He's not relying on again, I'm going back because of the nature of what it is that we're listening to. I'm going back to the setup punchline flow again. He's not relying on that at all. My guys, it's almost kind of a bop. Like you know what I'm saying? Like normally when you're setting up big lines like that, good music theory says that you're going to give it a second to breathe, right? You want to have the impact and you want to give the listener a second to like kind of get it, specifically with like battle rap type flows and shit like that. The interesting thing here is how he gave an entire stanza about how people are telling him like, yo, you're just underground. Like if you want to get big, you have to switch styles. We heard about this a lot when you talk about like YC, about how you have to go more pop if you want to get like the bigger audience and shit like that. If you want to have girls in your top, all that shit. We've heard that over and over and over again. The fact that he is choosing like to stay true to himself. You still have the gutter lines. You still kind of have the animosity in the flow. This is anything but pop. But he's doing it he hit a few melodies. I kind of was like, let's go. He's showing that he can still have the melodicness. If he wanted to choose to do that, he could. However, he's making it very clear that this is a decision. This is a choice to be in the bag that he's in. I do think he dropped the ball with the Jin Cherokee line. He could have had a haymaker with that. I'm sure it would have flew over most people's heads, but we would have been here for the violence. Other than that, I peep what you're doing, my guy. It's very, very tangible. I like it. I'm here for it. The recording on this is a little bit weird in headphones, so I don't know if you guys are to pick up on this depending on how you guys are listening, but his vocals are only coming through on one earphone. That does make the listening a little bit awkward, but not intolerable, and I'm sure if it was on the speakers, I may not even be able to be aware of it. But it is something worth noting that I've picked up on.
Reflex is everybody else telling you you are the best. That's the reason I unlook, even when niggas uncouth. I care about the art, not the war. I ain't Sun Tzu, I can easily say Dracarys and have everyone cooked. But I see rappers quitting every day when taken from you. That's why I unlook like Cyclops without the visor. Advise y'all to supervise your faves. If they don't keep their tone and they dome down, I'm giving all of them some roofs. I've seen so many come into the light and then go poof. Must say you think.
Bro, the references that he's doing with pop culture between like the X-Men, you have Game of Thrones, he's hitting Naruto, like this is dope as fuck, my guy. He's hitting that niche. If you guys go and listen to any of my raps, there's always anime bars in any of my verses. There's always going to be video game references and shit like that in all the verses. He's hitting that same niche of the shit that I like to create. Like, this is my bag. Outside of darkroom music and like breakup relationship type shit that I like this is my violence bag that he's in right now. I don't want to continuously stop because I'm catching a vibe here. I only pause to make note of all of this so you guys understand that we're catching all of that, and it's fucking dope. You know what I'm saying?
Down, I'm giving all of them some roofs. I've seen so many come into the light and then go poof. Must say you think you're tighter than you are, and so your tongue loose. You want smoke? Here's a dragon ready to rush you anytime. I'm the guardian of the places Satan goes to when he dies. To sneak in the gates of heaven, I might pose as Benny Hinn. But fuck all you false prophets, I don't owe you any down. Shout out to the listener who gives a shit. Once a year, once he hears that somebody dropped a disc, song is here, suddenly becomes aware. Suddenly an authority on the state of hip-hop like they elected him governor here. Suddenly the game in danger.
I feel attacked.
And the only 3 rappers he knows are saving it. They become the kid. More gullible folks shouting from the rear. Well, yeah, you bums are weird. And half your takes are inaccurate as shit. I don't really give a fuck about your accolades and lists. Especially from people who tried to rap and hated that it couldn't hack it and they switch. But telling a couple artists every track that made his shit.
Ooh, he's taking a couple shots too. I wonder if anybody answered on this too. It's hunting season. You know what I'm saying? I expected there to be shots. He's taken those specific shots at those type of artists that we talked about where there was an obvious talent, but decisions were made and shifts were made for the intent of blowing up. That was my takeaway from this. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not. That was I see where he's choosing to go with this, and I fuck with it.
Accurate as shit. I don't really give a fuck about your accolades and lists, especially from people who tried to rap and hated that it couldn't hack it and they switch. And telling a couple artists every track that made it shit, and telling me, yeah, that's it, you on track, I'll make some hits. Dragging over here watching you gas the racks and snakes to spit. Fans bragging about who got the highest streams and sold some hits. Plain and simple, the game is limbo. Bar for all the people I hold in high esteem, lowered it. You don't listen, your bias being showing it. I don't blame you young rappers, I know you trying to prove shit, but don't be stupid thinking they're beefing to help you do it. For the culture, that's bullshit. You're just another tool in somebody else's toolkit. Get excited over a couple likes and a few clicks while you make the famous more famous. It's not a new trick. They were begging me to jump in and give rappers eulogies. Why niggas dissing each other had nothing to do with me, guys. The sight of blood, I know the fans crave it. Like some damn sadists only give a man praises when his shots fired. Like Hunter season, you're the one killing the game, and we can't save it. Just let it breathe.
Okay. I disagree with him with my entire heart. I like the message. I like what he's trying to say, and I respect his stance. But we here for the violence, my guy. I like it when the young bulls take shots above their pay grade. I like that, man. Hip-hop is meant to be competitive. The soul of hip-hop, when you get back, you get down to the roots of it and shit like that, man. Like, this is a competitive sport. I get the whole play your position, stay in your lane. Like, I'm trying to do my thing. I get that. I respect it. Beef ain't for everybody. Like, lyrical beef, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not for everybody. The battle league, the battle styles and shit like that is not everybody's cup of tea and stuff like that. But I disagree when you say that it's not good for the culture. Like, that you don't agree with that being a good sentiment. I disagree with that entirely. I think that having that type of a spark, if done correctly with high-level MCs and shit like that, is 110% good for the culture. Look at battle rap now. It's 2021. There are battle rappers getting bags of like $80,000 a battle. People's lives are being changed off of that idea of the competitive sports side of it. So when you have a culture that has the ability to take somebody with potentially from poverty to riches, or what is perceived as riches, I can't agree with that's not a good spark for the culture. I can't agree with it. I respect the opinion of what he's doing. I'm spending too much time talking about this, but I'm very passionate. As somebody who spent years and years and years as a battle rapper myself, I get what he's saying, but I would definitely take him up on a debate about that if given the opportunity.
Toolkit, get excited over a couple likes and a few clicks while you make the famous more famous. It's not a new trick. They were begging me to jump in and give rappers eulogies. Why niggas dissing each other had nothing to do with me, guys. The sight of blood, I know the fans crave it. Like some damn sadists only give a man praises when his shots fired. Like Hunter season, you're the one killing the game, and we can't save it. Just let it breathe. Paper was a fly gangster before the purge. Black put in work, you bandwagon is never heard. AQ and OGMC, do your research. Alpha showed us the true colors when Chameleon emerged. Me and Payback on the level, you human.
Alright, so now we're dropping names. Now he's a real one on this. Hold on, let's bring this back.
Side of blood, I know the fans crave it. Like some damn sadists only give a man praises when his shots fired. Like Hunter season, you're the one killing the game, and we can't save it. Just let it breathe. Paper was a fly gangster before the purge. Black put in work, you bandwagon is never heard. AQ and OGMC, do your research. Alpha showed us the true colors when Chameleon emerged. Me and Payback on the level, you humans don't comprehend. Your legends can't even hide it, they turn into grumpy man. Me and barely any hook, you do a song with barely any hook. Just two guys dropping knowledge like we read nearly every book. Tech and Ghost are among the people you should protect the most. In these Bahari towns and rappers selling souls for extra votes. Chupacabra, my eyes light up when I detect your ghosts. They plant balls around, I'm breaking down the cellulose. The music always has to grow on you. You let them sow you dose. Well, I guess it's cool to suck depending on how well you blow. Greatness was never far-fetched. From the well I rose, higher heights in my skill of thought. We expelling lows.
Let's go. That look was like this is light. That was what that look was. You know what this is too? Like, this gives me. You're not gonna believe this. Let me get my shit off real quick. This feels like bait. I noted this is the exact opposite of what he just said. He says, yo, I'm not really going to put out eulogies, you know what I'm saying? He then proceeds to kind of like give praise to a few people that deserve to be like looked after and shit like that. Like, salute for that. I appreciate, I talked about this with South African rapper Youngster CPT, how he did his top 10 list, and how I'm like, in my opinion, if you're gonna do a top 10 list, the idea is like, yo, I'm coming to put heads on pikes because I'm going for the #1 spot. He chose not to do it on that track and instead kind of bigged up the people that he's trying to progress to get better with. This seems like bait. He didn't really have any super haymakers in this. There wasn't none of the big like, oh my god, I got to stop and stand up and run around punchlines. He didn't have none of that in this. But he had he talked his shit so well, and it was so well written, and that look at the end was kind of like, say something. The first person that says something, I'm gonna go off on. That is complete speculation, obviously, because it is contradictory to what was being said in the actual verses. But as an MC, as a rapper, I know that look. Like, that look was kind of like, yo, don't try me. Like, if you can't do at least what I just did, if you can't at least do what just happened, if you can't top that, like, then this is not a tree you need to bark up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe that I took away from that.
Here I stand, on and on. Here I stand, loving.
Yeah, he's a scary dude to be on the other side of. I'll tell you that right now. That was dope. Let's do the scorecard before we hop into the new stuff, right? Where we at? Are we small? So we're gonna have to go back and forth on this one. So let's get small. Let's pull up the scorecard. All right. So technically we're up in the air. We're up in the air on Boogey. I'm really not. I'm a fan, but channel rules. You got to catch at least 3 of them on the channel. I believe he's 1 for 1. This makes my guy 2 for 2 on the channel. So let me know down in the comments below what's something else that you're going to want to hear from. If you got anything that you guys know that's super punchline, super bar heavy, especially if we can dip into that kind of like nerd bag with the anime bars and shit like that, like, yo, I'm ready. Let's go. Recommend that shit. Target audience for this, yes. If there ever was a target audience for anything, it is that I am the target audience for this. Proper setting for this. Honestly, I would play this. This would be like whip music for me too, right? Like, this is the type of shit that it was not punchline heavy enough to where it's awkward to play in public settings. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the more heavy punchline focused rap, like battle rap type stuff, it's weird to kind of like, you don't bump to it. You know what I'm saying? You listen when you want to listen to it. He was a little melodic. He had a couple cool melodies in with the intricate writing that he had. I would be totally cool blasting this in the whip with the windows down, driving around the hood and shit like that. Like, this is definitely the vibe that it puts me in with that. Bars and lyrics, right? I'm giving them a 22 out of 25 on this. With that being said, it's a high score. It's a high score lyrically, especially because I don't think this is I don't think this is the limit of his ability. There weren't any haymakers. There wasn't anything in there that was like melt your mind. But there was enough above average shit. There was enough good writing. There was enough intensity lyrically. Like, it was super dope. You can't convince me that he can't top this. You can't convince me that this is peak for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, I got the bait vibe, and you're not going to be able to shake me from it. He made a lot of cool references and shit like that. He uses a lot of the reference material though in setup lines, right? Like naming the Jeep Cherokee thing. There's a million and one dope flips that you could have turned that into a punch. You could have turned that into a scheme. You could have turned that into et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Instead, it was more of a syllable flex. You know what I'm saying? It was more of like a little reference nod for the geeks and that, you know what I mean, that are listening to this, so I can be like, ew, that's X, Y, and Z. Whereas I don't believe, I believe that he has the ability to capitalize up for bigger lines, is what I'm saying. The delivery, on the other hand, I'm going to give him 23 out of 25. Again, super dope, clean. A few parts, the very, very minuscule few parts here and there, felt like he may have kind of like forced this a syllable here or there. It's a little hard, also because of the recording. Like I said, I'm listening with one ear. That does kind of hurt and take away from a little bit, if we're being honest. Especially when it comes to me trying to meticulously critique, you know what I'm saying, down on the bars and lines and flows and shit like that. Beat selection, 15 out of 15. Obviously, it's the Huntn season beat. Sound quality or mixing, again, I'm going to go 13 out of 15 specifically because of only be able to hear in one ear. I do feel as though it was detrimental, specifically in this review. I would want to go and listen back to this on speakers out loud just to see how much of an impact that does have an effect on me and my ability to listen to it. Effectiveness, 10 out of 10. Does this make you want to listen to more of this artist? The last shit that we listened to was super vibey, was super dope, very nostalgic, not necessarily the bag that I'm going to listen to in my personal life. This shit right here will go on the O2 Go playlist in a heartbeat. This shit I would listen to in a heartbeat while I'm driving around. Like, this is 110% effective to get me in. Enjoyability, same thing, 10 out of 10. I loved it. Loved every second of it. 93 out of 100. That's my score. 93 out of 100. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. Normally I would do my sign off here. Instead, we're going to give you a little bit of a bonus reaction. Let's check out the 2021 Boogey on Jimmy's Jump Off. Are we small still? You know what? We're going to stay small. Let's pull this up big and let's check it out. Let's check it out.
Hey man, it's Boogey, and I'm about to lick the mic on Jimmy's Jump Off. You know how we do this. Let's go.
Yo, he's alright, yo, this is my guy. He's got the fucking Naruto headband on.
Yo, Jimmy, man, it's been a...
Oh, he's got the Renegade. Ah, he got the Renegade headband. Okay, I see you, my guy.
Yeah. Feels like this is a rite of passage to legendary status. Yeah. I'm OJ Simpson, I know they thinking they got me in the corner like it's long balls for the long haul, and the mystery of stopping me is unsolved. I'm penetrating the box all 8 inches. You stay limping, I'm the reason hoes stay limping. Right until they die or they blow their engines. Then I'm coming for you, man. I maneuver my way to the top of the food chain. Y'all just homemade chin chin. I got fish to fry. Which of you willing to summon a genie with a wish to die? Jiu-jitsu fly, kick you fly. One punch, but I hit 2 guys. I ain't at the top of your list, you lie.
Let's go!
Genesis, the music was illegal and ridiculous. I'm really imagine how sick I was as I plotted in the darkest.
We caught that now. We caught
Boogey
that.
man, they say the boogie monster. If you must from beating the best hands down to make them stick them up. I step in the scene and it's catastrophic. A blast appears in the stratosphere. I crash a rocket on his way to see how vast the cosmic is. I had to stop it after the aftershock hit. Police chase became a catchy topic. Couple bastards gossiping saying what I achieved was so astronomic. Apocalypse, similar feet like matching stockings. I'm quick though, give him the slip like cash deposits. Saying better pray you get the hell out of my way. You only gonna be another button for today. I'm juggling the remains of the rappers that I slayed. And I'm painting with the stains of the splatter of their brains. Anybody walking dead, I'm killing them again. You've been waiting for the return like it's MMM. Good luck, Jonathan Face, looking at the evidence like this was a case of Vic O battling Eminem when the pen hits. Are you ready for my final form? A violent storm arrives, a beast with a third eye is born. A tellteller with a tail and some iron horns. Got the devil wondering what mine is for. It's the reason I'm top 5, mine is 4. You niggas only get hype from your mindless hordes. They're only in love with your brand. Your label a designer store, career designed to fabricate lies and more.
Yo, let's go.
Jimmy, I'm glad we got to do this, man. Finally. After 9 straight years of me killing shit, I had to come kill it here too. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Hats off, my guy. Again, we see a lot of multi-syllable flexes. This was definitely a flex on his actual writing ability. Completely kind of like disregarded the punchline flow, and this was definitely more of a more backpacker cipher type verse where it's really kind of a flex. If there's gonna be a flex that you hear in something like this, it's that most other artists, especially like attacking commercial artists, aren't gonna have music theory, aren't gonna have the intertwining rhyme schemes and shit like that anywhere near that. It's less about the impact of the bar and more about just like overwhelming somebody. Like the fact that the rhyme schemes were so interwoven and so intricate from beginning to end with really no downtime. It was hard to find a spot to even pause to try and break some shit down. But at the same time, he was still true to himself. You know what I'm saying? We still caught a couple of those little funny kind of like pop culture type references and shit like that in there. It was dope. I'm in it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A little bonus footage. As always, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all on the next one. Let's go.